What's up gamers, it's time for the S&box news. This week we have graphical improvements, including the new high quality reflections. It's not limited to just water anymore. We have an updated depth of field tool, and work has been started on an optimized foliage shader. This means we'll actually get good frame rates when looking at trees. We also have updates to virtual reality. The tools mode has gotten some major improvements. The Unicycle game has also been updated. We have new achievements and map statistics, and a brand new map. Construct updates include these new buildings. They've been updated. Here we can see the start of an entrance to this building. It's very realistic. It has some doorways and window holes. Over here, this building has gotten a door. Inside the parking garage, we have the new reflective floors. This is a high quality reflection. As you can see, my character is reflecting on the shiny floor. If I spawn in some props, the props will also be reflective. It doesn't seem to be accurate for this prop. It's still a work in progress. As you can see, there's some interesting flickering going on here. But if I move the props around, you can see the high quality reflection beneath them. It doesn't look like the reflection is colored or anything yet. It's a very early work in progress. It's very interesting. Also, I believe this door right here can open. Wow, that's crazy. By the water, we can see some of the reflection issues have been fixed. Previously, there was a weird reflection on the backside of the ladder here, but as we can see, that's no more. Work has been started on an updated foliage shader. It's not in the game yet, it's still a work in progress, but it's actually going to be optimized, so we'll be able to have trees in our level without completely destroying the frame rate. This is a game changer. It'll change S&box forever. You probably can't tell in the video, but I'm only getting 60 frames per second walking by these trees. If I go over to a different part of the map, my frame rate instantly jumps up to over 100. With this new tree shader, we'll actually be able to make forests and have good frame rates. That's very exciting, I can't wait. We have a new depth of field menu for the developer camera. If I hold tab, it'll open up this depth of field menu. I can turn it on, and there's tons of sliders and settings for me to play with. I can change the radius. Wow, that's interesting. I can change the f-stop, the aperture size, and the focal point, and the focus plane. It looks like these are eye drops. I think this will focus on whatever's in the center of my screen. I think. Using these settings, you can get some really nice screenshots. Like, look at this. This looks beautiful. Stunning work of art. What a masterpiece. Wow. Slingshot Siege has been updated a bunch. It doesn't look like it's public yet. However, the map has been uploaded, so we'll be able to look at that. This is the default map for Slingshot Siege, a virtual reality game where you'll stand here and you'll sling your balls into the enemy's fortress. I believe all of these are physics objects. Yeah, so if you're feeling adventurous, maybe you could sling your objects at these props. The light even moves around too. This is insane. We can see a bunch of posters around the room. This is a blue rat poster. It looks like it's just the texture from the beverage can. Here we can see a blue man. Here we have more framed packaging from Sody Pop. Very interesting. We have another face. Wow, this is stunning. Unicycle Frenzy has been updated. We have this new map called Flow. There's also achievements and map statistics. If I press tab, we can see map details. I can look at all these achievements. It doesn't actually tell me what the achievements are. I don't know if this has been fully implemented yet. It says I have 3 of 7 achievements, and balance on top of the statue's head for 10 seconds. So yeah, it looks like this isn't fully implemented yet. I'm sure we'll see that next week. Here we can see details about the map's name, how many times I've failed, how many times I've respawned, my best time, and how many attempts I've made at this map. This is my first time loading up the map, so I don't have any statistics on it yet. I can see the leaderboard. I can see session, global, and friends. So far, it looks like this either hasn't been implemented yet, or Ognik is the only person that's completed this map. This is thrilling. I'm going to try to beat this map. I'll play it at the end of the video. I've never looked at this before, so right now this is actually my first time trying it. Oh, I failed. The tools mode has been improved a lot. There's a new and improved entity viewer. We can click on all of these entities and look at all their children. It's interesting, wow. On the left side here, we can see a more detailed inspector. Wow, this is my first time looking at it. This is actually so detailed. Wow. It's set up for all the different data types. We can see checkboxes. I can turn off drawing on the player. I can make him draw over the world. So looks like that includes his clothes too. Interesting. I can play with all the settings in here. I can adjust the health. I can either type in a number here, or I can click on this little pencil and drag it with my mouse, and it'll scroll the number. I can change the alive state. I'm not gonna set that right now. I can see the owner. Looks like if I click on it, it'll take it to the entity. So it looks like this is my client entity. I can change the name. Does that affect the name in the scoreboard? Oh, it does. Cool. A really neat thing I can do here is I can open up Visual Studio. From in the game, I don't have to navigate to my folder to open up Visual Studio anymore. That's very convenient. There are also some new things in Hammer. There is a new editor model for Info Target and Logic and Light Ortho. So an orthographic light is a big projected box, and we can see that represented in the new editor icon. There's also a new tile map. This is for metal handrails. This is very cool. So I can create a handrail without having to place a bunch of models manually. I believe we can also tint these. Yeah, I can change the tint color. And now I have a green handrail over here. There's also new improvements to the asset browser. It looks like the tags have been reworked and they've actually been applied. So if I'm looking for materials in here, there's a bunch of garbage editor materials in here that are just clogging up the real materials. So I can sort out the editor tags. I can disable them. Looks like I might want to disable FX assets as well. And now I only see good materials that I would actually use in my world. That's very useful. I made something this week. I made the Backrooms in S&box. It's a procedurally generated Backrooms. So every time it's different. There's no gameplay in here yet. I don't know if I'll add gameplay. Currently, you just walk around the Backrooms and look out for ghosts. Don't get spooked. Here we can see there is a wall and there's floors and a ceiling. There's also lights and occasionally just random crates propped around. It's very realistic. It's just like I'm in the Backrooms. This is procedurally generated, so every time you play it, it'll have a different layout. And every 5 minutes, the map will reset. I can force it to regenerate with a console command. And now I'm in a totally different area of the Backrooms. In fact, the whole map is completely different. I'll go in the spectator camera and enter the command, and we can see the layout just completely gets reworked. This is insane, this is revolutionary. So you can just walk around the Backrooms forever, just like the real Backrooms. I don't know if I'm going to add any gameplay to this. If you have any ideas for gameplay, let me know. I might consider adding it. I don't know how far I'm going to develop this. Maybe this is it. Maybe it'll turn into a full survive the Backrooms game mode. I'm not sure yet. Well, that's it. That's all the S&box news. I'm chuffed to bits. Now I'm going to show gameplay of my attempt on the new Unicycle Frenzy map. Watch it if you're interested. Otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe.